Okay, guys. So welcome. Today's topic is empowering your brand. Now, it can be through various items. It can be through our brand image or reputation, or through the materials that we provide, or through the positioning that you give. It could be various through various channels. Through it could be your website. It could be some physical events which we cannot do right now. So it goes off to virtual events, etc., etc. So we are going to take a deep dive. Let's just quickly take a look at the agenda. So yeah, first point that we are going to be discussing is that understanding the brand position. After we have kind of understood that how to kind of place the Cambridge brand, we will go ahead with the center branding, that how the center should do the branding, what are the different brand guidelines that are there, because we can still see many of the centers are not correctly following it. So maybe a slight bit update there is required. Now, I think third point is a very interesting point that I think most of you guys have a great tool at your disposal, but maybe you guys have some challenges in using it. I think what our dashboard over here suggests is that around 80% of the material that is on brand folder is not even used. So I think there is a lot out there. We fully need to kind of utilize that, milk that for everybody's benefit. So we are going to cover that section specially. And another thing which I think is the need of the hour in present situation where everything is remote. So your normal vanilla events are not possible. And I think their social media marketing actually plays a very, very big role. So what we are going to do is we are going to make the presentation very, very crisp. We are going to focus on the last 3 points more. And we are going to address the questions and answers after the web support is completed. So we are going to, I think, keep around 10 minutes for questions and answers as well. So let's quickly jump down to brand equity. Okay. So let me kind of quickly see that, and make a poll that, to get an understanding that whether you know about this particular thing or not. So brand is everything. So if there is a normal cup of coffee, it will just cost you around $1.65. But let's say if I throw up a logo of Starbucks, what does it happen to the costing? It becomes $3.65. I mean, if you go and purchase Act 2 popcorns out of your Mart or something else, or GeoMart, etc., it will cost you a lot less, maybe around $20 or $30. You go into PVR and there is a specific branding and you cannot permit outside materials. So what does the costing look like? It becomes around 300 or $400. Similarly, it goes to luggages from Louis Vuitton. Let's say we go and purchase a sky bag from somewhere else, from your local market, it will be around 200, $300. You purchase a sky bag from, let's say, American Tourister, it would be around 2,000 or $3,000. You go and purchase it from Louis Vuitton, it will cost you around $100,000. So that's the power of branding. So kind of quickly jumping into that, I'm gonna just rush through it. That there is a Cambridge Assessment Authorized Center logo that is provided to you. Now it's not just a logo. It's more than that. It's a statement that you are a stakeholder into a world leading organization of assessments. So if you look at that, there are two aspects of the brand. One is brand equity and another one is brand identity. You cannot mix both of them. So brand reputation, perceived quality, brand awareness, brand loyalty pretty much comes given to you when you start using the assets, right? As soon as you go out there and say that, I'm a Cambridge partner, all this will be pretty much given. It will just come to you because we are making consistent efforts to maintain that equity. Brand identity is something that you would need to kind of formulate in your own organization. You would need to use the logo, you would need to use the correct marketing assets, You would need to use correct colors and images so that it goes hand in hand with the brand equity that we have created. So again, guys, very, very important why you should use that. Right, all on all your collaterals, you should use the logos as well as you should use the marketing assets on your different channels. Now, quickly going, here is a good example. Cambridge University, it comes under brand equity. 25,000 organizations recognize, that comes under brand equity. Largest research in Europe and CEFR, that comes under brand equity. In fact, we have around 59 lakhs, 25,000 people on Facebook who are following us every day. That again comes into brand equity. All this is pretty much handed to you guys. Even if you do something, let's say if you do an event or if you do a webinar and you tag us on Facebook, just imagine you will be getting access to all these 59 lakh 25,000 people at a go instantaneously. So it also gives you a boost in your own marketing stints that you do. Right now, what is the brand identity? It is the authorized center exam logo, prep center logos, as well as other marketing assets. So be sure to kind of cover the brand identity bit. Brand equity will follow. Right. So those guys who don't know, quick refresher, we are a department, non-teaching department of University of Cambridge. Cambridge Assessment is a department of University of Cambridge. We are the English assessment wing of Cambridge Assessment English. So you need to be explicitly clear. We cannot directly say that we are a University of Cambridge, but yes, we are a non-teaching department of University of Cambridge. That is how it is positioned at. Okay, with great logo comes great responsibility. Again, I can see that many of the websites are not using the logo correctly. They're using corporate logo sometimes. Now, the university is very, very sensitive to the logo. So maybe we have to look at it that how to correctly use the logo as well. So again, I'm not going to go very deep into that. There's certain bit of history associated with it, but what I'm going to go for is that how valuable are we in terms of global marketplaces. So as you know, our qualifications are used to study abroad, immigration, and enhancing employment opportunities. It is a internationally respected brand, and already might be knowing about IELTS. So we are a proud co-owner of IELTS. So there is pretty much news out there in the market now. One point of thought could be, if there is so much buzz out there in the market, why nobody seems to be utilizing that to its fullest extent? And I'll just come on to that in the later part in my slides, that why is that. But this is a big question we need to kind of ask ourselves, that if there is so much of brand awareness already, why we are not able to milk it, right? So let's go on to the first step over here, which is the center branding. Now, as you know that you guys are like proud partners associated with Cambridge from a long time, but are we aware about the different center branding rules that are there? So quickly going through that, I'm not going to deep dive in this because we have other things to follow. These are the old. Now, if anybody is using that, please stop using that. I can still see in many of the websites, sometimes even in the prep center, some materials that you might have printed long back are still using the old logos, and that's why people are not able to recognize it. The flower logo is gone long back. Cambridge English Language Assessment, we are no longer calling ourselves that. We call it ourselves Cambridge Assessment English, and then there is a new logo. So please be aware about it. Now, another thing is that center branding, since you are a partner, Cambridge partner, um, you have been given a license to use the authorized center logo, and you will be able to use that in different assets that you create and different events that you do, which are obviously associated with one of our products. You will be able to do that as well. So you need to be aware about it. Now, another thing, this is a preparation center logo. Okay. Now, preparation centers cannot use the authorized center logo because that's something that you have worked hard for. So you need to, as managing the preparation centers, you need to be very, very clear about that as well. Right. Now, let's talk about joint branding. Here is where things go wrong most of the times, right? So it needs to be a clear that the marketing is from the center, not from Cambridge English. Let's say that you are doing your own workshop on English language skills, etc., etc. So it needs to be clearly established that the resource person is yours. It is your event, so that we don't take the spotlight, but at somewhere or the other it is clearly mentioned that you are associated with us. So having something which is diagonally created actually creates a lot of sense, that people are able to recognize that you are a Cambridge partner. But on the other hand, it's explicitly clear that it is not a workshop that is driven by Cambridge. We do get a lot of inquiries usually that is this activity done by you, because people are a bit apprehensive about that whether this activity is genuine or not, whether this thing is genuine or not. So if we have a clear branding, then it will help everyone a lot. And this is actually one of our brand guidelines. You need to correctly follow that. Right. So responsible logo placement is also what we see. So very clear where the logos can be used. It can be used on a web pages, it can be used on advertising, it can be used for banners and posters, it can be used for leaflets, free promotional items. Let's say you are running a competition and some goodies are going ahead with that. So yeah, in those free promotional items, you can use the logo. In email content, you can use that. In email signatures, you can use that. There are separate guidelines to that as well. In business cards, you can use that, but again, there needs to be a clear distinction that you are on board of a partner of Cambridge Assessment English. And social posts. Now, the last bit is very, very important, and I would like to highlight that. I think centers all over the world are utilizing our different social media templates, but I have not necessarily seen any center using that. As you know, during COVID, we are forced into a digital revolution. Everybody is out there. Why not we fully utilize different resources that are provided to us by Cambridge? And I think social posts is a very good start. We can go on to the paid media, etc., as well. But I think social organic post, how much time does it take? You just need to download it and maybe throw up your own logo in there, and just go ahead and post it. I think it shouldn't even take more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So I'll come on to that what we can do now. Non-permitted logo, social media profiles. Some of the centers have given the logo details to their maybe some certain sales people who are reaching out through WhatsApp, etc. So they started using the logo on the profile picture of their own profile. So that is something which is not permitted. Stationery, you can, that is something again not permitted. You cannot use that. Locally produced certificates, so you cannot locally produce certificate and put our logo on it, or even the authorized center logo on it. And financial documents or information about fees, you cannot use that as well. And promotion items for sales. So I think it's pretty much clear, and it comes from common sense. So that is something we can do. So these are certain examples of do's and don'ts. So if you will see that on my left hand side, there is International House Sabadell, which is kind of talking about this event that they are doing. They've clearly, if you will see at the bottom, they've clearly mentioned that they prepare for IELTS and they are a Cambridge English Authorized Center. On the right hand side, there is a bad example of that. So there is a authorized center known as CC. They have done this leaflet where they have used a corporate logo, and that too on a wrong place. So that is something which is a non-permittable use, guys. Please avoid doing that as well. And now, quick things about business card and email signature. Here are a few examples of that. This is the way of using the uh, um, the logo in the email signature as well as business cards as well. So the topmost one is the business card template, where the logo is clearly defined, it's bigger, and in the bottom you clearly mention that you are a Cambridge English authorized center, so that is permittable use, guys. Similar is the case with emails. Now, another thing, this is something that we go wrong often. We have seen centers going wrong often, but recently we have seen quite a happy change about it. People have started using new names. But again, once again, as a refresher, the new names are like pre-A1 starters, A1 movers, A2 flyers, A2 key, and A2 key for school. Right, instead of calling it just Wiley starters, Wiley movers, Wiley flyers. So that is one of the difference that we have created. The CPFR is clearly stated in the name itself, that it's pretty much self-explanatory that what level is it at. Now, again, pointers for web and brochure copy, very important when you guys are even promoting it. If you are promoting it even on WhatsApp, even on messages, even on emails, you should not state it as Cambridge English First FCE. There is no need of including Cambridge English. It should always come like B2 First is one of our Cambridge English qualification. It is one of the most popular exams accepted by thousands of businesses and educational institutes worldwide. So that's the correct way of doing it, guys. Now, you might be thinking these are very little pointers, but actually these little pointers will make the entire ecosystem of marketing as you know it. So it's very important that we get it right. Now, another one of the website examples, similar example that I gave earlier, Cambridge Assessment English, B2 First course objectives. That's incorrect way of using that. You can have a dedicated section on your website about Cambridge English, and under those products you list out as B2 First rather than Cambridge Assessment English B2 First. So that's the correct way of doing that again. Now, important thing, branding support, where to find it. Of course, we will have certain events coming up, digital events coming up, webinars coming up, of online campaigns, conclaves, etc., online campaigns, etc. So how you can do that? There are three ways to do it. First thing is that you can actually contact the local office, so we can help you out. Another thing is you can go to your center support website. There you will find general information, link to brand folder, etc. And then you can directly reach out to the brand team if there is something you feel that is major. You can directly reach out to them as well. But always the first two options, that is the local office as well as center support website, is something which is preferred. So let's go ahead and talk about how to access marketing assets. As I told earlier, that there are thousands of images, videos, presentations, 2020 exam revisions, teaching materials which are available. How do you go ahead and do that? I think this should be a best practice run by centers, that once a month at least. I would suggest that once a month, or maybe 2 times a month, you should actually check the brand folder or the support side. There is a little bit of highlighted icon over there which is saying new this month, and you should click on it, because on a daily basis we are updating the brand folder. New items have been added, new learning materials have been added. You should definitely check it out. I think brand folder is giving us analytics that 90% of the brand folder is unexplored by centers. So I think you should go ahead and do that, because that will necessarily add a lot of value to your own website and your current offerings to people. Now, another thing, there is no extra login needed. You can use your own login to log into the brand folder as well as the support site. There will be just single sign on. Okay, so kind of coming that, on brand folder, that, how the segmentation is. So this is what the home page will look like. So before that, let me quickly take a poll and see that, how many people have used brand folder before. So there is a poll that I've published right now, that, have you used brand folder before? You can just punch in a yes or no. Yes if you have used it, and no if you haven't. So let's quickly take a read over there. Guys, you can vote either on the right side or on the or on the bottom. So, oh my God, 100% no. Okay, 50% yes, 50% no. Interesting. Okay, we'll give others a bit of time to answer as well. Okay, so very interesting stats. I mean, most of the people are replying for a no. So we need to kind of get into that issue as well, that why you guys are not using Brandfolder. Have you taken a look as a good takeaway activity after this? Why don't we do one thing? Why don't we log on to the Brandfolder and see actually what is there? Because a lot of teaching materials, a lot of presentations, client presentations, marketing campaign assets are over there, and you can get inspired from there and expand your own business with the help of all these different tools which are available at your disposal. So let's suppose that this is the home page of Brandfolder. This is what you would look at once you log into the Brandfolder. If you will to look at the topmost section, it is filtered by section. So the section is like user information, brand, logos, managing the content, images, and these images are open images. They are procured by us. You can use that. Go ahead, utilize those images. These are given to you basically. These are procured by us. People pay a heavy license fee, but we have done that for our centers, and I think you should utilize that as well. Now, then there are PDFs. If you will see that there is a print PDF over here, and then there is normal PDF over here. Print PDFs are generally larger resolution that you would require for print jobs, etc. Normal PDFs are small size PDFs that you can share on an online medium. Now, there is something which is called specification, events, online documents, and web banners. These are all related to your different marketing campaigns or marketing activities you want to do. Now, let's say that you are completely new. Let's take a deep dive at this. That around 40% people have said that they have not used Brandfolder before. And also to the people who are new to Brandfolder, you might even worry that how to even search, what to search. I'm not inspired. So the saved searches are something that is done all over the globe. You can actually look at what are the other centers who are there in some different countries, what they have seen. Is there any particular trending topic that they have been taking these marketing collaterals for? So you can take that from saved searches and actually go ahead and search for those items and utilize that. That will give you a market insight as well, that what is working out there in the market. Right. There is a search function. So enter a search term and you can actually filter it by hashtagging as well. You can put up hashtag preparations. It will give you preparation materials, preparation center logos, etc., etc. So that is the way to kind of search that. You will also see a useful links list which is out there. So it is pretty much self-explanatory. I will urge you guys to kind of go ahead and see that. Now let's go on to the next slide and see that how to cover the different sections. Again, in sections you need to kind of some of the old logos might also pop up, but they are clearly marked as old logos, right? So per center you get only one access, but you can share this with your team as well. So you can go ahead and do that. There shouldn't be a problem with you guys. Right. I'm sorry, I've just had a power cut. Am I still online? Are you guys able to hear me fine?
Yes, Apur.
Yeah. So just being cautious over that. So quick thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this how to use Brandfolder guide. So if you will see that I've just shared it, Are you guys able to see it on your screen, or is that option even available to you guys? If not, we are going to again mail it to you guys as well. Now, another thing is the asset selection. So once you have selected the section, or you can actually select the asset and you can download the asset as well. If you will hover over an asset, it will give you the usage guidelines and multiple boxes to check the selections. Now, again, if you are downloading an artwork or an image, it can be in various sizes. Let's say if you are a center with not that much marketing capability, you don't have image editing expertise. So there is a list of resolutions also available, so that if you don't have a Photoshop license, or you don't know how to convert PSD files, you can select the resolution and download it as a JPEG, so that you are able to help yourself out. In that, again, clearing this section does not mean that you have lost your asset selection. It will again pop up in the recent searches zone. Now, again, if you select the center on the bottom right hand side, if you will see, there are a couple of quick action items available. There is a download asset collection. There is share assets again available. Again, if you have a marketing team that you want to share this to, you can click on this and you can directly email them these assets, and then again you can search them with the tag. Let's say that you have found a very interesting series of artworks, or maybe pre-recorded videos, etc. There is a tag associated to it, so you can click on the tag and similar kind of materials will populate, so that you are able to search for it. Now, another thing is viewing assets. You can take it out again. As I said, that it's available in different resolutions. So let's say if I have opened that, let's say authorized center logo, right? There will be one zip, there will be one in a different color scheme, there will be one available in RGB. So all those things are available on the right hand side. If you click on the asset, it will kind of maximize itself. From there, you can take the look at usage guidelines and you can also download it. So that's pretty much straightforward. Now, another thing is that how many of you guys actually know that there are marketing materials you can order from Cambridge? So yes, there is around, I think, somewhere around £100 worth of marketing materials every year, which is available to you. You can go ahead and order them on support website. So you can go on the support site and you can order for these packs. Now it can be marketing goodies, it can be brochures, it can be different files or booklets of our products. So you can help yourself out, go there and order for yourself. I'm not very sure. Again, we will take a poll on that to see that how many people have actually ordered marketing materials before. Now, again, as I said, for promotional items as well, you can place an order on the support side. Materials worth up till, I think, £100 is available to you. You can utilize this for brand awareness, etc., or running competitions. So let's say it might be even about some conclave you are doing. There is a certain specific event that you are doing. How to get the artwork approved? So either you can submit the artwork to us and we can approve it. Let's say, but if there is a third party which is involved, or it is a bigger event that is going on, you can actually go to our brand team as well for approval. So this is a very necessary step, guys. Whenever you are utilizing the brand, wherever there is a new thing which is outside the purview of this particular brand guidelines, always check with us before going ahead with that. And also you can utilize this activity to use any kind of reporting the misuse of the brand. So let's say you have seen some school who is not an authorized center using our logo, then you can report them to us as well and we will take the appropriate action. Now again, this is a video. There is a short video that we are going to play, which will kind of cover in detail that how you can use the different marketing materials as well. So quickly gonna play the video, guys.
We are Cambridge Assessment English, and we are with you every step of the way. To help you communicate the benefits of Cambridge English qualifications, we have a wide range of promotional materials available to download through our online platform Brandfolder. You can access Brandfolder through our support site. Click on the marketing section within Resources for Centres. Then click on Access the latest marketing and support resources on Brandfolder. You will now see a list of resources available, as well as the link that takes you to where you can view and download them. Please note that the links on Brandfolder do not support Internet Explorer. From the Brandfolder homepage, you can explore all of the different digital and print resources available. To narrow your search, either click one of the category buttons at the top, use the search bar, or scroll down to view everything. If you found an item you'd like to use, simply click on its picture. This will give you an overview of the format you can download it in, along with any other additional information such as print specifications. It's easy as that. Don't forget that cambridgeenglish.org is also a great tool for teachers, students and parents. Here you can access free practice activities, games, exam preparation information and much more. Be sure to visit often as we're constantly updating and adding to what's available.
So I think that video was a bit helpful to you guys in understanding that, what are the different ways where you will be able to kind of utilize that as well. Now, again, coming back onto the presentation, you can use all these different, promotional activities or the resources which are available to you online and offline. You'll be able to drive your own marketing campaigns utilizing these resources. So how to keep our preparation centers and teachers informed? So there is a newsletter that go out. I don't know, again, the open rate for the newsletters is pretty low. So again, that is one of the things that I want to point out, guys. Please go ahead and check out your email. I don't know how many centers know this, but we have a digital teacher free course done by Cambridge, where the teachers can enroll, they can register themselves, and they can actually go through the entire course online for free. It is something as a value adding activity that you can give out to all your prep centers as well. So that is something that you could take a full utilization for, because then in that sense you are adding to the current value stream that you have, right? So there are monthly issues of our newsletter, like tips for preparing your learners for our qualification, free classroom resources, changes to our exam marketing materials, of course in the prep center sense, and encourage them to sign up to this preparation center newsletter, and tell them that their teachers can sign up for these newsletters as well, so that they are up to date and they feel that good to be a part of Cambridge, that it's adding value to their life. Now, this is another question that comes in, that how preparation center access marketing assets, because of course like you guys reach out to us, whether they reach out to you, or how does that happen? So again, we have created all these different resources for them as well. They can go to the marketing support for preparation center and follow the same steps to utilize that, what all things are available at their disposal. So you will be able to do that, guys. Another thing, again, I iterated that in the beginning, and I would like to reiterate that, guys. If you are doing any digital activity, tag us, so that the population who is following us on social media also follows you, right? So it happens vice versa. When you tag us, your visibility or reach increases. Let's say you are doing something on Facebook and you tag us. Just imagine, just kind of a insight, that 75% of the audience on Facebook who have liked us is Indian audience. So you can do the math. 75% of around 59 lakhs is Indians. You are getting that much of database. So start doing that. Start putting us in hashtags. Hashtag Cambridge English South Asia. Hashtag Cambridge English. So these are the hashtags where you will get the most of the visibility from. So if you tag us, what we can also do is we can share it, we can retweet it, we can repost it, so that we market for you. So please tag us. We'll be able to reshare it amongst our peers. Now, this is one of the important scenarios over here, that why you should invest in social media marketing. By investment, it can be any medium. It can be a marketing campaign, or it can be investment of your time and resources, right? Of course, if you're going to post a social media post, yes, you're going to download it and then you're going to throw your logo in there and again post it. It does take only 5 minutes, but again, it's very important to do it as well. So here is kind of a matrix which will give you a good idea that why you should do that. So in social media marketing, around 93% of marketers using Facebook advertising regularly, which translates up to 3 million businesses using Facebook to market their business. 26% of users who clicked on the ads report making a purchase. So just imagine, let's say, if around 1 lakh people are your impressions, around 1,000 people have clicked on the ad, and out of those 1,000 people, around 26% would actually make a purchase. So it's a very good number. Again, a very good tool at your disposal. You should go ahead and do that. I don't know whether you guys have Facebook pages or not. If not, then you should definitely create one, because in the present scenario or the present circumstances, it's really, really important to have digital presence. Another thing is that Twitter, for making some big announcements, you can always do that on Twitter and tag us, and we'll be able to retweet that as well to our wider audience that we have. And we are pretty much known brand on Twitter as well, and we do have a verified tick, which will add a lot more credibility of us retweeting something you have. Now, I don't know how many people are doing this, but yes, you can use WhatsApp for promotion as well. Let's say that you have certain group of preparation centers. You can send them out some WhatsApp links or to your webinars, etc., etc., to spread more awareness, to generate more businesses. You can do that. A following example could be, there are certain bit of schools who I see that they have been doing that, is that they become a part of certain school teachers group, and if you post an ad that there is a workshop for Cambridge English exams, etc., etc., that is one way of doing those things. So again, you need to connect that with the business objective, that let's say if you are doing a free activity or a workshop, somewhere or the other you need to put that caveat in, that how you are going to generate business out of it. Let's say a good example of it is that you are giving a workshop, all these different people, and then you put a caveat in there, you cover that you can generate additional revenue by becoming a prep center, etc., etc., or whatever it is. And then you can throw them a form, that this is the form, you can sign it up, exclusive only to the top 50 people who join, and etc., etc. That this is, again, I'm giving it just an example. Can do that. Many people are doing that. They are making different channel partners in order to kind of drive business. Now, LinkedIn, not very sure how many people are doing that, but again, thought leadership on LinkedIn will actually prove a lot of worth. And essentially, you need to do nothing. I mean, you just need to create an account, make sure that you associate that with Cambridge Assessment English. You need to mention that you are authorized center, etc., etc., and then keep reposting content. Everything is available on Brand Portal. You just need to download it and post it again. So the stuff is there. You don't need to worry about it. Now, YouTube, again, one of the very, very important channels. There are various sessions that we have done, and there is an entire Cambridge English YouTube page with around, I must say, 2,000 plus videos, where there are videos about tips and tricks, etc., etc. So you should definitely go ahead, check it out. Again, repost it in your network so that people are able to get advantage from that. As a CTA, you can also say that after watching the video, you can come back if you feel that this is something which will add value to your current data stream. You can actually come back to us and we'll be able to help you out there as well. Now, Instagram, if you are going or thinking about going B2C in the present scenario, or maybe your prep centers want to go B2C, Instagram is the channel, period. Because I think with the age groups that we refer to are mostly active on Instagrams. You won't believe the conversion rates that comes from Instagram. And to kind of give you an insight that how does Instagram marketing look like, it looks something like this. So this is something we have been doing on our Cambridge Instagram page. We have these different images and they all correspond to something. So we give something like a small activity or a game that, we will say that what does this word mean? Now, this is again corresponding to different ages, right? So you can create that. And again, you can engage with your audience. Now, there can be some recognition one as well. If you will see just below adding, there is one that UCSB international programs accept Cambridge English qualifications. Now, this is again a US entity which is accepting Cambridge English qualifications. You can post it on your own social media to kind of showcase that how much recognition these exams have got. And then you can just subtly include that if you want to know more, please contact us or something like that. So from there, you will be receiving a lot of leads, preferably, and you need to kind of develop that organically. Organically, it will take time, maybe 6 months, etc. If you need to do it fast, then probably you need to do a paid campaign. Well, in that you will be able to cover most of the ground, I think. Now again, there is specialized web content available. What we will be anyway sharing with you guys, but what you can do is take a quick screenshot if you are from your phone, and you can do a print screen if you are from your laptop, etc. So this is the web content that we have available for our centers. You can utilize this backbone skeleton and develop your own unique content, because that is required online, that you have unique content of your own. Now again, joint branded and co-branded online events is something I would like to advocate. So take the maximum use of this time which is available, because now India is, again, as I said, we are forced into a digital revolution. So we have become more digital than we were before. So go and do teacher support events, product promotion events, again online, recognition events online, ELT events online. We can take some broader topics, utilize all those different videos that I talked about on the YouTube channel, and you can create your own webinar, and we can help you out with that as well. I mean, of course, it needs to result into something, but that is something we can do instead of waiting for the situation to get better. Let's take advantage of the situation on the first place. So that is something again we can do. So with that, thank you guys. I hope I didn't bore you to that with that presentation, but we are open to take certain questions and answers. And I hope you guys have received the files. I think here it is sharing these, so you can utilize all these different files to download the assets. So any questions, guys, like to ask? Anyone, just post it in there and we'll be able to see that. So Kevin, would you like to cover something as well? Or am I even online or not? Are you guys able to hear me? Okay, I'm gonna take a quick poll at that, save some time. Do you have any questions? Okay, I've created a quick poll and we have got, okay, I am still online. Okay, no worries. So let's take a quick poll that if somebody wants to ask a question, and most of them are saying no. Okay, fair enough. I think the presentation kind of worked. It covered everything. So I think from the looks of it, that's pretty much it, guys. again, one of the topics I would like to heavily influence on is that there is a plethora of materials which is available. You can just go ahead, download it, run your own organic campaign, run your own, paid campaign. There are plenty of things you can do with this content. Again, the point being is that Cambridge invests a lot in these images and production of these value materials. It would be much better if you guys actually take a look at it and you are able to download it as well. Again, one of the quick polls that I'm going to take is that are you able to download the files, because we have shared the files. So let me just quickly add a poll.
I think while Apur adds the poll, this is Kevin here. So in case if you think you require any brochures, any materials to reach out to parents, or you want to promote the Beck app, you want us to create something on WhatsApp messages, whatever you need to reach out, just reach out to either Apur or to the BD people who are in touch with you, that is Vikas, Abhishek, Joshua, or Saraswati or Samuel or myself. Just say we're going to reach out to parents, we require this support, we want something to do on Facebook or Instagram. So whatever you require, just let us know. Just give us a WhatsApp message. And because as Apur said, there's a lot of information. So if you tell us what you're doing or what you want to do, we can definitely create it for you. So even if you're doing a webinar and you want us to create an invitation for you, we have so many templates. So we can share a few with you, and you can just put in your details and send it off so that the right branding is used. Yeah. So over to you, Apur.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I hope, yeah, most of the people are saying yes. Now, guys, this index is also like magic, because I know that sometimes we feel that we are a bit tired. We don't want to search anything. We just want the information to come in a platter to us. So that's why we have created these indexes. These are like go-to documents. If you need anything, open these indexes, and this will directly point you to that separate section and brand folder. But again, I would not encourage this. This is to be used very scarcely. I mean, you should always go ahead, look at what is trending out there in the brand folder, what is trending out there, what other countries are doing. You will be able to download all of that. You will be able to get a view on how to promote the exams and get more revenue out of it. Now, another thing that I want to kind of highlight to you guys, that why don't you guys plan for a joint online webinar or activity with a larger audience? Platforms can support up till 5,000 plus audiences. So if you do plan to do something of that scale, and if you plan to promote it, I think Kevin and I will be happy to pitch in to kind of support you guys in the best possible way. If there are audiences, we will be able to kind of help you guys with it as well. So with that, I think closing notes. Thank you guys for being patient with us throughout the presentation. Thank you for giving your inputs on the poll itself. Do reach out to us if you need anything. I don't know whether you guys have my number or not. I'll just quickly drop my number here. This is my cell number. Do reach out to me if you need anything. Give me a shout out, and I'll be able to help you guys with it. So with that, I think, Kevin, should we wrap up?
Thank you, Apur. Thanks so much to Apur for delivering this presentation. We have one more on Friday from 3 to 4. So in case if you want any of your colleagues to attend it, please do pass on the information. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. Nice seeing you all virtually. And thanks, Apur. Bye-bye. Good day.
Bye-bye. Good day, guys.